I'm trying to bring through another modality of healing, and it's about wearing clothing that actually makes you feel good. I'm not a fashion designer. I'm actually an herbalist and a plant phytotherapist. I think that a lot of the old ways of doing things are being lost right now, and that it's really important to preserve cultures, especially cultures that are doing something so sustainable and so beautiful for the earth. When I decided to launch upon this endeavor, I made a commitment to do everything really transparently so that when I looked on the tag of my clothing, I knew 100% that where it came from and what it was made with. And so then I started researching more and found that there's actually a history of nettle fiber, nettle production. And from what I knew from that plant medicinally, that it was good for pretty much every body type. I actually trekked into the Himalayas, into a village called Bala, which is where the majority of the nettle fiber is produced. I had this amazing interest in this fiber and like how beautifully and purely it was created, and I couldn't believe that this was like the secret hidden in the Himalayas and that these people were in need. It was a natural thing for me to really want to support them in what they were doing, and then bring this out into the Western world to tell their story and to tell what their use of this particular fiber was, which is for medicine, but then also help them by creating a new revenue stream and creating a demand for this particular product so that they could thrive again. I think the most profound thing that I got from my time in Nepal and just studying the whole process is just the appreciation that I have now for the fiber that I now have in my hands, going from something like this to something like this, and all the steps and effort and labor. Coming from these women in Nepal that take such pride in what they do. And then I saw that same thing with Portland Garment Factory. The two women that run it are lovely, and they have a commitment. They have very similar values to what I have.
Mary's very conscious of what is the right decision, but I think that's going to be the amazing, successful part of this brand and company, is that it will have integrity on every single step of the way, and that's really powerful.
We as consumers want the cheapest product possible, and yet we don't understand the consequences that has on the people who are making our garments. We have these very ancient bodies, right? So our bodies just want to consume, because you never know when the next famine's going to be. And that can really be applied to all aspects of our lives. And once you understand that that's driving your behavior, you feel empowered to move beyond those evolutionary barriers.
We can choose to do things that create not just sustainability, but generative processes.
We need to be planet-centered in what we think and what we do, which is not easy and not convenient, but it's essential. And it's totally wonderful to me that we've reached a point in time where that now can take the form of really good green products.
Every time you spend $1, you're voting for what you want the world to look like, right? So what kind of world do you want to create?
The time is now. We don't have time anymore to kind of be wishy-washy. Like, we have to make the right decisions and the right choices about everything, be it the clothing that you're wearing, be it the food that you're eating, be it the words that you're speaking or how you're treating one another. The time is now, and Team Siren is empowering people to make educated choices for the planet so that they can make those choices for themselves.